Forget those flat battle maps and random terrain pieces that they don't fit together. Today, we are doing something way cooler. We are 3D printing the very first town for a brand new Dungeons & Dragons campaign. Every little detail, from the houses to the trees, is part of a story we are building together. Welcome to my town, and if you love creating immersive D&D in worlds, hit that subscribe button because this is just the start of something truly epic. Hey everyone, welcome back. So I spent way too many hours and honestly, way too much filamenting 3D printing walls for D&D. And I realized something. Most terrain looks awesome, but usually it doesn't feel alive. It's like a bunch of cool place pieces put together instead of a real place with stories behind it. So I gave myself a challenge. Can I build a fully immersive starting town, something that actually feels alive, all within a 3x3 foot space, with no paints, no fancy effects yet, just 3D prints and pure world building. Layer by layer, I'm going to be laying down the foundation for adventures to come, and my idea is that every piece will have a story to tell. Now sure, anyone can 3D print a house or a tavern, but a whole town, well, that's different. Because towns aren't just random of buildings thrown together. Actually, they are living, breathing walls shaped by power, trade, and actually the people who live there. After years of being a dungeon master and 3D printer nerd, I realized that the real magic isn't in the models, it's in the story behind them, how they're placed. You got to ask, where the power of center is? Where do people gather? How does the town survive? Every layout choice will tell part of that story. So, for this project, I started with one question. What is the heart of his town? Where is that one place where everything else grows around? Because that's where the story will truly begin. And if you're already thinking about how this could level up your D&D walls, hit the like button, man. It helps more DMs find these world building secrets, and it will help me grow like an arts audience and give you all this advice that I have for years of playing D&D and building my own worlds. So, with the previous mindset, our D&D town started to take shape, and all began with the seat of power, as I was saying before, which is going to be the church. This church is not just a place of worship, it's the whole reason the town exists. It's the center of everything, collecting food and resources to send back to the main church in the capital. But maybe things aren't as holy as they seem. This building is going to anchor every story that's about to unfold, and it's going to look amazing once it's fully painted. Next up, we have the noble's influence. Two powerful houses called this place home. That sounds very Shakespeare, right? But these noble houses, they own the sun here, or at least they think that they do. What they don't realize maybe is that their strings are being pulled by something much darker, hidden deep within the capital. These noble houses in this small town connect our little town to a much bigger and more dangerous wall. And then comes the town pulse, the heart of the daily life. The merchant house full of trade and chatter, and a couple of small shacks where the common folk live. This is where stories really start. Those first rumors, the first conflicts, the spark of adventure. And finally, we reach the edge of our town, the sustaining fields. Start the windmill, haystacks, carts, logs. This is town lifeline. But lately, bandits have been raiding those fields, and no one knows why. That mystery is where our hero's journey begins. Now, you might be wondering, why show all this when it's not being painted? Well, don't worry, I will paint it. But first, I want to show the structure, the raw black prints with filament, just to focus in the design itself, how everything fits together, if it tells the story right, and appreciate that blueprint before the masterpiece actually will come to life. And let me tell you something. Bringing this campaign and the town itself to life wasn't just a simple project. It was actually an epic quest on its own. I'm talking about I think it was 100 hours of 3D printing. The cathedral, the church itself, actually took one entire week to print entirely. The noble houses, merchants, all these sacks, the enwellment. It was almost an entire month of printing, non-stop. And honestly, every moment of it was worth it because now there's a fully built, story-rich wall estates ready for my players to enjoy. And of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing. I cannot tell you how many failed prints I had because even pros sometimes we had bad days and our print decided to bend the layer or it doesn't adhere. But those were minimal things, and layer by layer everything came to life and it's amazing. And if you like seeing walls come together, just making sure again that you subscribe and have that notification bell on, because next up I'm going to dive most probably in the painting phase, and trust me, this is when the magic is going to start to happening, and this town is going to look just amazing. And here it is, adventures, our starting town, finally brought to life. Every building, every path, every little detail will tell a story. One that you can see in the surface, but one that's waiting to be discovered underneath. And now, look how the church towers over everything else, how the noble homes sit close around it, and how the merchant houses and the sacks and the farmlands, everything tells a story. Everything makes sense, and the players, when they see it for the first time, it's going to be they understand what's going on in the story because the models itself are telling the story. Now imagine all the adventures that could start here. The whispers in the merchant house, the secrets hidden in the church, the noble schemes waiting to unfold. Maybe your party uncovers a conspiracy, or maybe they become part of it. That will be really great. The stage is set for a campaign full of mystery and danger, so let me ask you something, and you can answer in the comments. What story will you start in this town? I love to hear your ideas because, who knows, maybe I steal some for my own. So, honestly, what do you think? Did this way of building a D&D town spark your new ideas for your new campaigns? Maybe you started to think what secrets you can hide in the open but to be discovered. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your theories. And if you enjoyed this build and want to see the painting phase or diving actually in the capital city, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. It really helps me create these worlds. And if you want to check out the models and materials that I use and all the creators that help me, I put the links in the description. So that's all for today. Until next time, fellow creators, dungeon masters, or adventures. Keep those printers humming and the dice rolling, and the stories, of course, they need to flow. I will see you next video where we might just add some color to this town, or maybe tease a couple of the secrets that they will unfold. See you around.